Hello, my name is Stacy Jones. I'm going to be solving section 11.1, problem number 23. Tattoos. The Harris poll conducted a survey in which they asked, how many tattoos do you currently have on your body? Of the 1,205 males surveyed, 181 responded that they had at least one tattoo. Of the 1,097 females surveyed, 143 responded that they had at least one tattoo. So for this problem, we want to go ahead and construct a 95% confidence interval to judge whether the proportion of males that have at least one tattoo differs significantly from the proportion of females that have at least one tattoo. Then we want to go ahead and interpret the interval. So first we need to figure out our alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis would be that the male proportion will be equal to the female proportion, but we want to see the significant difference. So we set the alternate hypothesis as P1 is not equal to P2. We go ahead and we take the values from within the word problem. We go ahead and take N1 and X1 and N2 and X2 and write them down. We can either use this equation for the confidence interval for differences, and we want to make sure that we use the independent samples. As you can see, the N values are both different. If they were the same, then the problem would be a dependent sample. So because they're not, then we would go ahead and use this equation for the interval difference. Or you can go ahead and use your calculator. So by using a TI-83 calculator, you can go ahead and push the stat button, and you want to make sure that you highlight the word test. After doing so, you use your arrow buttons to move down to B, which is also 2 prop Z intervals. Once you get there, you input this information N1, X1, N2, and X2. You want to make sure that you remember that your C level is 0.95, because as we read before, we want to find a 95% confidence interval. After doing so, you can go ahead and push calculate or enter. After that, we go ahead and get the answer of a lower bound of negative 0.0085 and an upper bound of 0.0482. We can go ahead and round this to 3 decimal places. So the lower bound will be negative 0.009 and the upper bound will be 0.048. We are 95% confident that the difference in the proportions of males and females that have at least one tattoo lies between this interval of negative 0.009 and 0.048. We do not reject the null hypothesis because the p-value of 0.17133 is greater than 0.05. Therefore, there is no significant difference among the two proportions. Hopefully this information was very helpful to you, and that using the calculator can simplify this equation. If that's a difficult equation for you to solve, you can go ahead and input the data into the calculator. I hope everyone does well on their finals. Have a good summer.